It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's a Friday morning. We're live, large and in charge. It's so good to be alive right now. Welcome back. Listen, with that intro music, you know, of course, that we're ready to dive into some exciting tech talk. And in our first tech wrap-up of 2018, or 2019 rather, we've got some exciting news to talk about, all the way from space flight to futuristic gesture recognition technology that might hit the market, in fact, this year. And here to unpack these developments with us is our resident tech expert, for the first time back in the studio in 2019, Bryan Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Bryan Smith.
Thanks, guys.
Good to
After
see
that
you.
intro, you must now know that you're back in Expresso.
No pressure.
You're like, yeah, okay, now we're back here. And it is a brand new year. So, of course, we've got to delve into... He's one of our favourites, not just because of the South African connection, which we love to labour the point, but because he's doing amazing things. Elon Musk, SpaceX. Is this going to be the biggest year ever? Bring us up to speed, man.
Definitely. So this is something I think is really exciting for 2019, in that last year we spoke a lot about the privatization of space and commercial space flight. And what I mean by that is the ability of private companies and private persons to be able to go not into space, perhaps just alone, but also to the moon or the International Space Station in the future. Now, what's really exciting this year is that SpaceX is set to test its Big Falcon rocket with its Crew Dragon 2 capsule that would ferry passengers to the International Space Station. Unfortunately, due to the US government shutdown, this test, which is dangerous and unprecedented, has been postponed now by a month. But it will be our first window to see this kind of activity take place in an unmanned test flight.
So the wall that doesn't even exist yet is now standing. It's stopping.
It's stopping a rocket.
Come on, America.
All right. In other news, though, Google have now received approval to start on a project called Project Soli or Project Soli. I'm not sure to give it a South African context. Soli.
I think we can.
Soli. What exactly is Project Soli?
So if you remember back maybe to the early science fiction movies of the 2000s, or maybe something out of Iron Man or the Avengers, we all had this idea that we'd be controlling holograms or our devices by gesture, the movements of our hands or arms. Fast forward to reality, though, we don't quite have that. We use our devices by a tap or by a mouse or by a trackpad. And Google's got this radical idea with Project Soli to debut a device that uses radar waves to detect hand movements. And when integrated with the devices we currently use, we may be able to control them solely by gestures. So it's that little slice of the future here today.
I talk a lot with my hands. My poor phone is going to be so busy. It's going to be like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know what you're doing.
He had a rough year last year, Mark Zuckerberg. You know, you talk about the US government, he had to face literally the world. And maybe that set the tone for this year. What's he up to now when we talk about public discussions?
Well, you're 100% right. I think Mark Zuckerberg had a really difficult 2018, and Facebook broadly facing scandal after scandal. Now, each year, Mark Zuckerberg, as the CEO and co-founder of Facebook, sets himself a personal challenge, whether that's learning Mandarin or building an artificial intelligence. His challenge this year is to host a number of televised public discussions that will presumably...
To be more transparent.
That'll presumably be aired on Facebook or Facebook-owned platforms such as Instagram. And he's going to be gathering a series of experts to discuss the big issues of our time in technology and abroad, from cybersecurity and beyond. And hopefully this will be a way for, as you say, for him to be more transparent and address some of the issues his company is facing.
Is your camera on? Mark, that's a great idea, dude.
Jack and everyone at Twitter are like, guys, we need a new strategy. What's he doing? He's trying to take over our timelines. That's great stuff,
awesome,
though.
man.
Yeah, good news from the world of tech, man. Thanks very much. It's always great to have you here. Looking forward to more tech talk during 2019, Bryan. Of course, you can follow Bryan on social media at Bryan Smith SA. That's Bryan with a B-R-Y-A-N. And of course, for all other stories that you've been following on social media regarding the world of technology, let us know by hashtagging Expresso Show, and also check out expressoshow.com.